2021 during the pandemic. He had some charges there that were eventually dismissed, tied to marijuana, fleeing, eluding arrest. But other than that, it's really kind of a mystery why he was here. Seems to be, based on what we've been able to find, from kind of north of Durham area, kind of closer to Virginia. And he has quite a lengthy kind of court history in that area. I should tell you that he had a court date last year for a charge out of Person County. I want to make sure I get this absolutely right. It originated in 2021. Remember, the Mecklenburg County case is in 2021 too. And this was for possession of a firearm by a felon and possession of marijuana. He didn't show up to court. So he was wanted, number one, there's an arrest warrant for him, we know, out of Person County for that specific issue. And who knows if they were able to find him, what would have happened. I mean, look at our court system right now, how delayed things are. And I'm still trying to get some bond documents too to figure out if there were concerns, if this man was a flight risk. I'll tell you too, there's a reason he's a felon to begin with. 2009, convicted of breaking and entering, among many other things, in Alamance County. That's east of Greensboro. Our sister station up there, our content partner, WFMY, reported that he led police on a high-speed chase.
Yeah. If we have his photo, we should pop his photo back up. So
if you were listening to the press conference, you know, someone asked that specific question: should he have even been out? And Chief Johnny Jennings talked about how.
I'm gonna say this, man, because a lot of times I'd be listening to the news, I'd be like, man, y'all some goof troop, bro. What y'all talking about? What they're going to do is display that this individual was a convicted felon. He was a bad guy. I wish the system did work, man. I wish that when the person, let's say you take an individual, bro, who was raised in poverty, who does not understand there's a different way of living. That's a sickness, man. That's trauma, man. You come from a broken home, you come from any degree of, any form of dysfunctionality in the household in which your livelihood is affected and it's out of your control, bro, you're a victim of circumstance. I'm not saying this person is a victim of circumstance. I'm just speaking hypothetically right now. So within that, let's say if an individual is born with an addiction, or a person is born with a dysfunctionality in which they don't see the world in a way in which it's supposed to be seen. This is a sickness. If you don't dive into the individual and address that specific need or that specific degree of trauma, then how do you resolve that individual's issues? You don't. A person doesn't have a drug habit. You, just because you arrest this individual and you sit them down for 5 years, it doesn't mean that they're not addicted to drugs. Bro, the system is all wrong. It's all wrong. If you're not getting into somebody's head, bro, and try to help them resolve whatever issues they really have, then whatever you got going on, man, it's just a waste of time. Or here's a perpetual stalemate. But every time we scream stalemate, then taxpayers pay. Taxpayers pay on all ends. Because what I'm coming to learn is that the entity of these United States do not care. You'll give police privilege, but you don't really care about them police officers. Because if you did, you won't put them out there with what's going on. You would give them a fighting chance. Bro, you got these men, these women on the front line dealing with the country's most outlandish citizens. The people that are popping off, you sending these people to deal with them. Man, please. Everybody that they dealing with, most of the people that they deal with, this is not their first run-in with the system. That's defects, that's juvenile, that's court, that's, you know, all these different places, all these different opportunities to touch on these people's lives, and that's not happening, man. So you've created monsters by way of drugs, by way of violence, by way of propaganda, by way of genocide, by way of all these routes, all these bypasses to create these monsters. And then you create this force to deal with these monsters. And you have things like, now it's only an issue because the police officers are being killed. But every day, bro, every day other humans are being killed. Every day we having mass shootings. We just had one in Augusta, Georgia. We just had one in Miami. I think you had one in Texas where a 16-year-old shot 10 people. We keep having these mass shootings, bro. It's just, this is the environment, this is the texture, this is the culture in which we created. I'm not gonna say we created, but the powers that be created. But you know, it is what it is, and we must deal with the monsters and the puppets. Sometimes it turns out good, sometimes it don't. Most times it don't. Most times it don't. That's my 2 cents.